Hey guys, welcome back to Global Shutter Productions. Today we want to show you the basic functions of the OM2 and the OM2N. For example, how you load the film and how it works. If you haven't checked out yet our review of the OM2 and the OM2N, check it out right here. And now let's go into the overhead camera. We've got a couple of pieces lined up here. The silver one is the Olympus OM2N and the black one a normal OM2. Here we have the Olympus Winder 2 as well as some lenses and obviously film. We are going to start off by loading the camera with film. To do so, first lift this knob and open the back. Then put the film spool knob downwards in the left of the camera. Once you've pulled the film to the other side, you slot it into the groove and advance the film so that the film is held in place. Then you close the back. You fire the camera till a 1 is displayed in the film counter. Now let's look at the basic functions. With the right dial on the top of the camera, you can set your exposure compensation. By lifting and turning, you can dial in the ISO of your film. To the left we have our mode selection dial. You can choose between auto, manual and off. When in auto, you set your aperture on the lens here and the camera will figure out the correct shutter speed. The camera shows you which one it picks with the needle in the viewfinder. If you go into manual, you can choose your shutter speed and aperture. You change the shutter speed around the bayonet of the lens. You can see if your exposure is right by the needle in the viewfinder. To get into bulb mode, you have to press this button right here. If you want to take off the lens, you push this tab on the lens and turn the lens. To put it back on, you align these red dots and twist it on until it makes click. Now this camera does have a self timer. To set it, you advance the film and turn this lever on the front of the camera. When you press this little lever to the left, it will turn and fire off once it reaches its beginning position. Something that's quite handy to know is that the camera has the aperture preview when you press this button on the lens, which means you can check the depth of field in the viewfinder. Here we have the flash sync port. Up here you can mount the hot shoe, like has been done on this one, but the hot shoes aren't cross compatible between the OM2N and the OM2. To mount the winder, you unscrew this cap on the bottom and screw on the winder. The winder has to be turned off while mounting. On the bottom of the winder you can change between single and continuous shooting. To take it off, just screw it off and put the cap back on. Underneath the other cap you find the two SR44 or LR44 batteries. For these caps it's best to use perfect sized coins, because you'll avoid scratching up your camera. Once you have finished the row, you are going to want to rewind your film. To do so, you simply turn and hold this knob on the right. Then you flip open the rewinding crank on the left and turn it clockwise. Now do this till you hear a relatively loud click. Then you turn the lever half a turn. By lifting the crank knob you can open the back and get your spool out. By the way, on the OM2 you don't have to hold the R knob because it will stay in position. However, you must twist it back when you want to continue shooting. That's it. Now you know how to use the Olympus OM2. Thank you for watching and consider subscribing. If we helped, why not leave a like?